dinosaurs in Alpha and Omega, space dinosaurs in Land Before Time. I don't know what's worse. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this video. So now that I have finished both the Alpha and Omega series and the Land Before Time series, I thought it would be fun to try and find out what movie has the worst sequel. Now, obviously the first Land Before Time movie trumps over anything Alpha and Omega have done, which I might make it easy on myself and just call it Alpha in this video and call Land Before Time just Land Before. Just because they're both long titles, I don't want to have to repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay, I'm done. But yeah, so obviously Land Before 1 is much better than anything Alpha has done. So yes, it's a better series in my opinion. Huzzah, Land Before Time wins, hooray! But what I'm here to find out is what is the worst sequel? Because I thought that would be a lot of fun, and all just like, I just love torturing myself, apparently. So now Alpha has 8 movies all up, so 7 sequels, while Land Before has 14 movies, so 13 sequels. So yes, there are more chances for Land Before Time to be bad, but let's start off with the first 4 sequels first. The Great Valley Adventure, The Time of the Great Giving, Journey Through the Mist, and Mysterious Island are all great movies. I am biased since I grew up watching those movies along with many other people of my generation, but even when I reviewed them, I gave them high scores because they're still so good. So that eliminates those ones, and we have 9 left. Because it's the 6th one that gets a little, wacky. Though I will also eliminate the 10th movie, as I quite enjoyed that one. It was a return to what made Land Before Time special. Even if it was really stupid, seeing Littlefoot's dad was not something I saw coming, and thought it was a good story because of it. So now we are down to 8 Land Before movies, and these ones, man, got a lot to say. At the same time, not a lot. So let's get over to the Alpha series for a second and figure out what is there that I can eliminate. Well, I didn't mind the second movie. Why I think it was beyond stupid at areas, it's definitely more of a Christmas special. It did get some giggles out of me. I don't mind it, and it was only like 50 minutes long, so it gets a pass. I also did like the 4th movie. That one was quite a surprise to me. It had a mature story and a mystery to it that was rather interesting, so to me it definitely gets a pass. The West Furry, that's where it gets difficult. So now, I'm not sure how to go about the rest of this video, because for the most part, all these movies are bad in some way. So now it's a matter of, what do I consider should be on this list? What do I think is truly bad? And should I put movies on there that are so bad it's good? Because then I will have to eliminate the 3rd Alpha movie. That movie has so many technical issues, but I can't stop laughing and referencing this one scene.
No one is faster than my son. Come on, fleet!
Do the spin out, Claudette!
What? The spin out?
I don't know why, but God, it makes me laugh. So yeah, it's a terrible movie, but I recommend watching it with friends for how ridiculous it is. So yeah, eliminate that one. Now, I've always said there's nothing worse than boring. With bad movies, you can generally get a laugh out of them, but a boring movie just plain sucks. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. So let's continue and go to the 6th Land Before movie, when it first starts getting really weird. But here's the thing, the animation is still nice. The weirdness of a cowboy dinosaur was kind of fun. I don't like this movie, but it wasn't the worst thing I've seen either, so it gets eliminated on this list. So, okay, let's just talk Alpha at the moment, because there's 4 left, and God, they're awful. The 5th movie is a flashback movie, and one that showed no respect to the franchise at all. I'll get there though. 6 was the infamous Dino Digs, aka the one with the dinosaurs in it. Dinosaurs in Alpha and Omega. I still can't get over that. The next 2, I barely remember because they were so boring. To the point the 8th one, I did not care at all. I just felt so drained. And yes, nothing is worse than a boring movie. But you know what I found out during this video? You know what's worse than boring? Insulting. Something that just doesn't work at all, and it's just insulting to the characters, to the world, to everything that it is. So Alpha 7 and 8 get eliminated because 5 and 6 deserve to be here more of how insulting they are. So let's get back to Land Before and eliminate a chunk of those. Okay, so 7. That stays because that's the one with the alien dinosaurs. Aliens in Land Before Time. I just can't. So then 8. That stays too for now because while it's not insulting, it is overly boring. It is easily the most boring movie out of every one of these movies, so it definitely stays. It was so boring. One of the main new characters having the most boring voice ever that if you were to put it on while you were trying to sleep, you would be out like a light. No, I need to do that. So yeah, it stays. 9 though, was okay. Just okay. It's not great or anything, it's just barely passable. It's an average kids movie, so it's eliminated. 11 is a hard one because it's bad. Littlefoot lying the way he does in the movie just ticks me off because he should know better by now. That in a way is insulting to his character, but I'll give it a pass because I love Michael Clarke's not good character. So 11 is eliminated. So with 12, the same is said about Guido. I like that new character. I found him quite likable. While I think the story is weak, the message in it about being oneself and flying how you want to fly isn't bad. That's actually really good for a kids movie. And then the wholesomeness between Peachy and Guido with a blind dinosaur was quite, well, wholesome. I like those scenes, so it gets a pass. So we got 13 and 14 left. 13 I hate because god the new dinosaurs are just so annoying. So for now it stays, while 14 was just Blair. It removed a character, barely used Chopper and Ruby Hill in it, and the conflicts were just so stupid, and so trying to rescue Littlefoot's dad, yet no one seemed to care. It was weird. But I don't think it was as bad as some other movies, so it gets eliminated. So we are left with Land Before Time 7, 8, and 13. Alpha and Omega we have 5 and 6. So now it gets really hard. These movies are the worst of the lot. So, alright. Let's talk about those movies. Let's talk about Alpha and Omega, Dino Digs, and Land Before Time, and The Stoner Cold Fire. Because even though I gave Alpha 6 pretty much the only score of 1 out of 10 foxes I've given, because it's just so bad. But it's good. I hate that movie. I truly hate it and think it's like one of the worst things I've ever seen. Just why are there dinosaurs there? Oh yeah, I could easily say this is the worst movie out of all of these, but I think that would be too easy though, because yeah, it deserves the #1 spot, but gosh darn it if it didn't make me laugh from how bad it was. Here's the thing, I will watch this movie again with friends, because I want to torture them in the same kind of way. So yeah, I would watch this again for a good laugh. But here's the thing, one of the worst movies of all time for me is Lion King Remake. I need to really stop mentioning this movie, but it needs to be mentioned here. I really need to make like a counter or something of how many times I've mentioned this movie. But yeah, here's the thing, I will never, ever, ever watch that movie again. Only if I was going to review it again or whatever, but I watched it once in cinemas and never ever again. Worst cinema experience I've ever had. So the fact that I will watch Dino Digs again says to me it's not the worst movie. Worst movie means I'll never watch it again. So surprisingly, that one is eliminated. So then what about Land Before Time 7 then? A movie I won't watch again. Well, truth be told, there's some enjoyable moments in it. I like the main villain and his henchmen. And really, everything that is wrong with it happens at the end. The whole alien thing isn't until the end of the movie. And while it's really stupid, like really, really stupid, it doesn't exactly change the whole movie because it's mostly just another adventure of Littlefoot and the others trying to find the Stone of Cold Fire. Well, Alpha Dino Digs, it was the entire movie, but that's what kind of made it good. Here, it made the ending so beyond stupid, while the rest of the film was just kind of bland. But just bland. Not the worst, I guess. It's eliminated. 2 more Land Before Time movies left, and let's talk about them. Both are really bad movies, so which one is worse? Well, let's compare the new characters on both the movies. In 8, he's boring. In 13, they're obnoxious. I hated them for just how dumb they were, but more so how loud they were most of the time. But there was one saving grace. Furry. He doesn't speak, so what we get from it is just a cute voice and comedy coming from the expressions and physical side. So, as far as new characters go to this franchise, I kinda liked him. If it weren't for him, I would hate this movie even more so. Honestly, yeah, it's eliminated. So, we are down to the last 2 from each series. Alpha and Omega 5, Family Vacation, and Land Before Time, The Big Freeze. So, I do consider these 2 the worst out of each series. Why? Well, with Land Before, it's because it's just so boring. It's abnormally boring, and Ducky can just be so rude. Like, extremely rude to Spike. And the new character's voice just made the film unbearable. I hated watching it. I'll never watch this one again. I don't recommend this movie at all. And here's the thing as well. In the TV series, we see this character multiple times. But I really liked him in the show. A big part of it was him having a different voice actor. It was just nowhere near as boring, so I ended up liking this character quite a lot. And if that's all they needed to do, then they damn well should have done it. But here it comes. I said the worst thing about a film is it being boring, and that's still true. But what's worse is insulting. And that's where Alpha and Omega 5 comes in. Just like how I hate the Lion King remake, I find this movie insulting. Not only is it a huge, absolutely huge waste of time, because it's a movie with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of flashback scenes, but they also change scenes from previous movies. Like they changed one scene to turn it into a butt joke. A stupid kids movie classic butt joke. Not to mention when they showed the flashback scenes, they redid the voices. Hell, probably the animation too, showing how little respect they have for their own movie series. That made this film possible in the first place. And then we saw the grandma character from the first one who's no longer dating the biker. Well look, it's a hunter, whose model is the exact same as the biker. How damn stupid do you think people are? Everything about this movie, the more I think about it, just the more I look at it, more it just ticks me off and made me realize this movie is the worst sequel out of these 2 series. Hell, they even have a song to help a bear pee. Yeah, this movie is really bad and just insulting. So, guys, what do you think is the worst sequel of both these series? And hopefully this is the last I'll be talking about them. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and VitoFox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.